City of the Angels. From the valley to the harbor, from the river to the sea. Nearly 4 million people living in 19 incorporated communities. This is the area served by the Los Angeles Red Cross chapter. Ciudad de Los Angeles, the city of the angels. But not always. For sometimes it seems the angels are looking the other way. Sometimes there are fires. Sometimes floods. Train wrecks. And plane crashes. If you had been involved in any of these recent disasters, you know about your Los Angeles Red Cross. If, however, you just read about them or just heard about them, you'll be interested in some of the details. For should fate ever point her finger at you, you'll want to know about the help you too can count on. This happened in Southwest Los Angeles. This happened in Malibu. And if tomorrow disaster should strike your neighborhood, your Los Angeles Red Cross would be on the job for you. Conceived in battle and born of 1,000 disasters, your Red Cross has the know-how and the trained personnel to take care of people quickly, efficiently, and adequately. If it's a big one, like the flood in Southwest Los Angeles or the fire in Malibu, Red Cross activates its nearest shelter and moves in at once with cots and blankets and nursing care. With special assistance to those with special problems. With food and hot coffee. And with expert hands to prepare and serve. And even with toys and games to keep the children amused. All according to plan. And there's always the follow-through after the emergency. Vouchers for food and for clothing and for medical care. And sometimes money to help rebuild a house or replace necessary household implements. Assistance given not as a loan, but as an outright gift of the American people. This is the play area of Pacoima Junior High School, and what is left of a DC-7 that crashed here after a mid-air collision, killing 3 children and hospitalizing 66 others. This is the kind of disaster that involves pain and hospitals and surgery, the kind of disaster for which the Red Cross Blood Service was designed. It happened about 11:20 in the morning. Before noon, the calls began. Our hospital stock is going fast. Send blood, lots of blood. So many O's, so many A's, so many to this hospital, so many to that one. And Red Cross complied. Calmly, quickly. This was routine. At the Red Cross Blood Center, emergencies are commonplace. They happen all the time. This one, however, was one of the bigger ones. It took 115 pints. And within the hour, the blood was there. Enough blood of the correct type, and more available if needed. Yes, 3 children died in this disaster. But who can guess what the death toll might have been if the blood had not been on the shelf at Red Cross and ready to go? If these children had to wait while first a few thousand donors were rounded up and then tested for the correct type. A few months later, another one. This time a chartered school bus full of children plunged some 35 feet into this creek bed. Again, Red Cross was called upon. 8 pints of whole blood and 19 units of the blood derivative serum albumin. 6 died, but more than 40 were saved. This one could have happened today, and it will happen again tomorrow or the next day. But as as always, Red Cross will be on the job. Not so dramatic, but vital to those who depend on it, is the part Red Cross plays in bringing relief to troubled families of men in the armed forces. The breadwinner is away serving his country, and his family needs a little help. A late allotment check, a sudden doctor bill, or perhaps an unexpected hike in the rent. Whatever it is, help is here. For with Red Cross, this service is fundamental. Under its congressional charter and in accordance with Army, Navy, and Air Force regulations, this is a prime responsibility. Each year, your Los Angeles chapter alone helps to solve the problems of more than 30,000 military families just like this one. Sometimes with extensive casework, sometimes with cash, but always with understanding and, of course, in confidence. And long after the guns are stilled and the battle flags are put away, your Red Cross is still on the job, still at the side of those who almost made it back, but not quite. Hobbies for the handicapped. Red Cross volunteers working directly under the supervision of hospital occupational therapists teach just about every handicraft there is. Along with being a part of the therapy, it's a mighty good way to pass the time. And for some, it may be a means of livelihood when hospital days are over. Here, Red Cross fills another need, the need for someone to perform personal services, someone easy and gracious to confide in, someone to do little personal things like write letters, make telephone calls, or run errands. To everyone here, she's one of the few pleasant moments in the humdrum day of hospital routine. And to some, she's a closest friend. Each Christmas, Junior Red Cross takes over. These wonderful youngsters provide their own trees and decorate them with ornaments they made themselves. And they personally deliver every one. And for those that can get around, at least one Red Cross get-together every day. Card parties, variety shows, or maybe a few old-time songs and some refreshments. The road back may be long, and for some perhaps never-ending. But Red Cross is seeing to it that the way at least will not be lonely. Although most Red Cross work takes the form of assistance for victims of misfortune, the organization also offers free instruction in self-help techniques in advance of trouble. When the Asian flu threatened, for example, Red Cross at once modified its home nursing course to include early recognition of the disease, along with the proper care of the patient. And a few adjustments were made so that those who couldn't hear or speak could also take the course. Red Cross will tell you that if you haven't yet taken a Red Cross course in first aid, you may be taking someone's life in your hands. For should the angels look away when you're around, it may be up to you. Expectant first-time parents can get ready for their big emergency too. They can take a course in mother and baby care, especially designed just for them. And here is one of Red Cross's proudest moments, teaching these crippled children to swim. For these youngsters, swimming lessons must be individually tailored, for each one has a different handicap to overcome. In the water, this young fellow's legs aren't too important, and for the first time in his life, he can get from one place to another all by himself, without his wheelchair, without anyone helping him. The big Los Angeles Red Cross story, of course, is the blood program. The largest blood program in the world. More than 140,000 pints of blood each year provided to patients hospitalized in the greater Los Angeles area without charge an average of 1 transfusion every 4 minutes. And although blood that Red Cross provides costs the patient nothing, it should be remembered that there is a cost to Red Cross, an average cost of $5.51 to collect, process, and deliver every pint, a cost that Red Cross defrays out of contributions to its annual campaign for funds. What does all this blood mean to the Los Angeles community? Well, let's take just one pint, this one, and see what it meant to one little girl. His card says that his name is Fred Loftsche, that he is a mail carrier, but he could be any one of hundreds of wonderful guys and gals who roll up their sleeves like this every day. He doesn't have the faintest idea where his blood is going, and right now, neither does anyone else. Later on, a call from Children's Hospital about tomorrow's delivery, for tomorrow is Thursday, a special day at Children's, a day when youngsters with incurable blood disorders come in for their regular transfusions. This is Margie Lacasella, 8 years old. She's a brave little girl fighting something she doesn't quite understand. She suffers from an incurable anemia, and blood is her only medicine. Her little body doesn't manufacture red blood cells the way it should, and about every 6 weeks or so, Margie must go to Children's Hospital to get the red blood cells her body has to have. So this morning, Margie has an appointment with a bottle of blood at Children's. This is the hematology clinic. Every Monday and every Thursday, an average of 30 or more children, all outpatients, come here for their regular transfusions. They all suffer from incurable blood disorders, and they all depend on Red Cross for the blood they need to maintain life. As long as blood is available, there is hope. Hope that someday, perhaps, a cure. Research goes on, but in the meantime, Red Cross has a job to do. It's Margie's turn, and she goes calmly and unafraid, for this is a part of her life, and somehow she understands that it's always going to be this way. Yesterday, this blood flowed from the arm of Fred Loftsche, the mailman. Today, drop by drop, it pumps life into Margie's little body. 1 pint of blood, 6 weeks of life. For the blood she needs, Margie depends on us all. We're the ones who give the blood, and we're the ones who underwrite the blood program when we contribute to the annual Red Cross Fund campaign. And with that contribution, we also make possible all the rest: disaster relief, health and welfare services, aid to dependents of men in the armed forces, and services to hospitalized veterans. And so it's up to us to keep Red Cross on the job, for you, for me, and for all the little Margies. For as everyone knows, the angels sometimes do look away.